Everybody get out of the way. Gorgeous person here has got something gorgeous to do. Shit, I'm tired. Let's talk about Star Trek, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the bad things and the good things that may be. Let's talk about Star Trek. All right. We're watching lots of the original series here on TV because they have it. I mean, you can watch just about all of them. Peavy was it Peabody or what? I don't know what the guy with the lawyer. The Constitution, the Magna Carta, the Mars, Ribble Double Double. Every time they write something down, they consider it brilliant and something that moves all mankind to follow the ways of the written pen. We got to be creative. If you're not creative, the body will die. No, that's not true. That's a lie. If the spirit will cry out and die. No, the only people that are manipulative, that like to invent stuff to be in charge and write down the Magna Carta and the Constitution and other books that say, hey, I am God, I am the Lord, I am the power, I am the government, I am the way. Okay. Yeah, Jesus did say, I'm the light, I'm the way, none unto the faith of the true Father except unto me. Caiaphas. Liar, Herod's a liar, Caesar's a liar, they're all liars. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Hey, Genesis, there you go. Okay, they can't invent laws through group rule of elect. I'm human authority and I tell you what to do and I can have you killed. Just like what happened with the Quran, with the king, that Muhammad when he had his prayers with Abram. I can have every man killed here I want and I can get any woman pregnant. Really, we'll make the sea tide go in and out and make the sun rise. And yeah, okay. You still think you're God? Yes. You're going to be creative and make sure everybody reads your book that you created it and you wrote it down. You created. Okay. You're merely manipulating matter and manipulating creation with your delusions of eliminating creation with your ego. Ego, the final frontier. Let's not go there. Don't know how not to go back there again, right? And then so I have old songs with older women singing these songs when they were younger. They were young. Tell me the truth. Do you want him now? Are you going to leave? You got stem cell research, I don't. Tell me the truth. Nah, man, I was, by 2017 when I challenged the military in 2017, and I had my Brad Pitt line for the first time because I was focused on, exercise. And I told myself, I said, this time Steffi can't come around and fuck with it. Amy can't fuck with it. I don't have the kids to go, I got things to do. Dad and me have a mature, intelligent relationship. And if I exercise and stay in shape and stay on an exercise regimen that doesn't throw off my feng shui, I should be able to do this till the end of my life. What I thought, 2017. I said, it's always been my wives. It was always my wives. It was always the women in my life that were jealous of me and shitty to me and tried to control me. So I was like, what the fuck? Then I realized it wasn't Stephanie and Amy and all that. It was the military. Ooh, I could have been just like you, James T. Cook. But the military let me die. I can't be a great leader. Like, lead yourself to peace. I've got a real objective here. I'm effective here. I select a clear method for all suckers that fall, they maul and crawl into the pit of purgatory. I go for glory. I'm taking inventory. Glory? Yeah, I have faith in God. Peace song, serve God only. This is Mr. Wendell. You blacks go to big colleges, so most of you all come out confused. Well, they invented the colleges, didn't they? Didn't they invent the libraries and the colleges in Egypt there, in the Valley of the Dolls? Why did I not get a statue erected to my great sexual prowess, to my mother giving birth to the greatest sexual prowess man in the history of halftime shows and Super Bowls and World Series, and don't take the World Series and Abner Doubleday. Don't buy my cars, don't buy his cars are for losers, don't buy their cars, don't buy their ice cream, don't buy their hot dogs. They have fillers and they'll kill you from cancer every day. Hey, ours are organic. How are they organic? You're still driving cars. How can you call it organic? How can you have a farm right outside of San Francisco and call it organic? Where's the great Freon filter and carbon emission filter? Well, we're working on it in California, but they're not doing it in Texas, so Texas can't have organic. They can write organic, but it's not really organic. Oh, open range chickens, open that roof. We got to make sure that those chickens run around protecting the place too for philanthropy, right? And you're sitting there and you watch more TV and you watch more TV and you're like, these people are not going to change. These crazy space people in El Paso are not, since we got to keep it. You're not going to keep. Look, the jig is up. They finally found you. The renegade that had it made is ever. You're not going to be able to, It's sad. They have the news. They have this girl, right? She's the first ranger. Ranger. Yeah. She's Aisha, right? But Aisha's not the first girl for these purposes. She is. Rangers, right? She's the first ranger in the history of Zordan. And ay, right? What is Twiggy's name on that one? I don't remember, man. Patrick used to watch it a lot. I know the one guy, Zordan, Rangers, right? Who does his voiceover? As I was watching What Happened to the People in Lost in Space, And Guy Williams went to Argentina because the people loved him so much as Zorro there still, that he remained ever a star. Like Nancy Wilson in Japan. And they treat you like you're royalty. Yeah. You're the greatest singer in the whole world. Trying to dub in great singing with studio work sucks. You mean like Luther Vandross and Marvin Gaye doing their own background vocals when they can't do it? Right. Okay, she got mad because, because lots of songs they do that. The studio version's better because he does the background vocals. Never too much, never too much. Have you ever heard that song? Okay. The studio version's better. Why? Because Luther's doing the background vocals too. Marvin Gaye's What's Going On? Yes, on What's Going On. The album version is better than live because live doesn't have Marvin singing the background vocals. Oh, so you're layering him and you like his voice. But there's sometimes people like with me, it's back in the day when we were young, we're not young anymore. And sometimes you don't take the same people that sing the background vocals on the road with you. They got other things to do. They're like a studio musician. They work there and they have their own concert tour. Meet me tonight in Laredo. Wait till the moon's hanging low. Oh, see, that's a different person. Janet Vogel. Okay. Why do I keep my mind? It's harmonies, it's melodies, right? On you all the time. And when I see you on the street, my heart. Hey, there's Wayne Cooper. Hey, that's Tommy Jenkins. Hey, that's Larry Blackman. Shut up, Larry. You don't sing as good as they do. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Word up. Okay, you're going to make more rap songs. Okay. Less singing songs. Well, Wayne Cooper died of sickle cell. No, that was age. It was toxic environment and stress. I could have told you, Wayne, these perverts were never meant for a voice as beautiful as yours. And Ella's too. Nancy's too. Nancy died in her 80s. Ella died before that. The sadder stories, the guys that couldn't keep up and couldn't keep singing afterwards because the guy's puppy mill was worse than the female puppy mill. Well, women, when they have absolute gorgeous voices, they become so iconic that all the young women want to be just like them. Etta, Nancy, Ella, Babs, right? Diana, Dollywood, right? And so it's like, now, why do we all like, even the women, why do we like looking at a naked woman? What about naked guys? We want to be that naked guy to have hot sex with the naked woman to continue to live at Inagata-da-vida. But we don't like looking at the naked guy as much. He's got a bigger dick than me. She's enjoying sex more with him. I'm going to die, right? The women, just have sex with me so we can live. No one wants to have sex with me. I'm going to watch soap operas and then get in trouble on Barney Miller because I want to know what happened to the doctor on the soap opera with his wife and Jill Foster and Mr. Foster and Mrs. Chancellor. And it's Mr. Chancellor and Mr. Chancellor and Mrs. Chancellor, that drunk rich bitch with the... Right, okay. So, guys, Earl is fucking insane, right? And it's been insane. And you watch TV, okay, and you got to remember, okay, the same cars that sell us the same booze and cigarettes, which is drugs and Travogi and Riscovia and Blue Chew and Bubba Dubba with half-naked girls that are really hot that everybody wants to do because they want to live. I want to live, live and let live. Want all the love this life has to give. So it's natural for us because of the way we're hardwired, okay? For most of us to want to see a very attractive child-producing, child-rearing portrait on the wall of the castles or on the bars in Tombstone. Whoa, that's what we're... Have you seen men's magazines? They're all full of naked women, right? That's what we're looking for right there, right? The Holy Grail. We don't have that, we die, right? But women can asexually reproduce. Yeah, hermaphrodite type of thing. Yeah, there are mutations that can happen when things get really out of whack and it's uncomfortable. It's horrible. It's very uncomfortable. It's not sexually desirable. It's just survival of the fucky fittest. You know, like the crazy dude in prison that's like, good God, that's the scariest fucking looking thing. Is he going to kill me or is he going to eat me after I have the baby and then see the opposite of the praying mantis, bitch, you won't eat my head after we reproduce. The man has to live. I'm better than you. You are too emotional. Okay. You know, and it's crazy. They're just, you ever watch Star Trek? It's nuts. Yeah. And then you watch the poor ladies in the past having to pay all those clubs for all those mass murderers that give us Star Trek and car sales and cigarette sales and booze sales and drug sales. And every time you watch a cartoon in the past, you got to understand the commercials were different, but they're still the same. Right, Bob Seger, right? Best that you can hope for is to dial in your sleep. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold, know when to walk away, know when to run, motherfucker, run. Because you made Seabass pick up the check, and in the movie, they chase him down the road and kill him, right? Pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing, right? So Dumb and Dumber, it just doesn't stop, right? They're using your emotions and your sexuality to keep you in check so they can be powerful. They're called scientists. It's a new religion, okay? Invention, right? How do we keep these sexually crazed, raping murderers in check and keep them focused on killing each other instead of killing us so we can be in charge? Ooh, Star Trek's not anymore. We better use Big Bang Theory. And we better involve a lot of sexy violence. Sexy violence? They dig sexy violence. Like the Game of Thrones. Yeah, and I can't watch that shit. It's like, why are we doing sexy violence still? What's the deal with all the sexy violence? Supermodel movies, supermodel Van Helsing, Gabrielle. It's like, okay, vampires that want to live forever, but they're not sexy. Vampires aren't sexy. Vampires are a product of a sick person's imagination. They don't exist. I mean, animals, vampire bats, they're just more or less eating. Vampires, they're vampires. They come to suck your blood. It's like, yeah, you know, protein. You'll figure it out later. But it's okay. It's scientific. It's Disney's full of shit, man. In real life, Friend Al would eat Thumper. Yes, we all know that, right? We all know that. Come on, Friend Al. Let's go bite that kid's Tootsie Roll. You know, Tootsie Roll pop. All right. Never get through without biting. They're always biting. That's all they do is bite. Okay. And then they ask for money. Hey, you got to bite. We got to pay. So I was sitting there. It was particularly disturbing seeing this little girl, Rangers, last night on the, dying from, she's being poisoned to death by the people that trained her into a sexy killer on TV. You can be anything if you train and work hard at it. You work out at it. Okay, Nas, if I can do it. Okay, where does the Bible say, where does King Solomon say you can be anything if you work hard at it? He doesn't. He says it is wrong to acquit the guilty and deny justice to the innocent. He says the poor plead for mercy and the rich answer of insults. Turn on your TV. Right. He says the wealthy are fools who imagine this power and authority is a high wall of safety. Satellites. Don't give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself. And we got to be creative or we'll die. It's like, that's not true. You need clean water or you'll die. You need healthy food or you'll die. We know in extreme conditions you need suitable shelter or you'll die. All right. You need to be intelligent enough to have proper authority to understand nature, to red on yellow kill a fella, sleep in a row, drown the next morning. And we also know we need holy covenants, sexual reproduction for life of sacrifice, or we die. Bernadette, right? In your arms I find the other peace of mind that men are looking for, right? But you, Bernadette, I need you to live, right? A faithful woman, good love in. Girls got plenty of good love and ask me how I know. And I tell you so, when a woman gets up to be beautiful in the 21st century, because a man is beautiful, the military murders her. And the assholes that did it came up to that beautiful man and laughed and said, we can program people like we're programming a video game. We can't get them to do anything they want to do. So they think that the kid that shot Michelle Bowen in the back of the head wanted to do it. He was honored and proud to do it. We have to be creative. Okay, shut down the computer. If we don't shut down the computer, we won't be able to be creative. You're not being creative. You're manipulating matter and manipulating minds to feel powerful, Blue Chew. Yeah, go fuck somewhere. Make sure that it's really hot homosexual sex because we don't want too many babies. We're liberals. And we conservatives, we want lots of babies. And then we want to train them to mass murder and kill. And it's really important to have Greenland because they shoot bombs at each other through the shortest trajectory. And also to the places where they won't have places to shoot it down, like the North Pole. Yeah, and then when we have commerce for the North Pole, why the fuck do we need commerce for the North Pole? Don't we need the frozen water to keep the fresh water clean more than we need a bunch of assholes selling us prostitution, intoxication, suicide? Some say there's no God through the North fucking Pole, asshole. You're supposed to be intelligent. You're just a kiss ass to a bunch of fuckers that threaten to kill you if you don't speak in a stupid manner instead of an intelligent manner. And then Brian Cox is going to tell us everything that Stephen Hawking forgot to tell us. And you're like, why do I want to listen to this asshole talk? He's a complete fucking cowardly asshole who talks to the rich people like he's me. Well, if you keep doing this, you might destroy your planet and won't be able to fuck each other with your money and your technology. Can I have my Nobel Prize and my money now? Okay. I don't know if I'd like to have sex because I don't think the women want to have sex with me because I'm such a pussy face. Teddy bear. Okay. Bulgaria. Okay. Hey, is that the candy guy with the big nose? Wow. You must have a big penis too. No, that's hands and feet. Okay. Right. You see what I'm saying? They're assholes. God, they're total assholes. And the worst thing is all the self-righteous hypocrites. That when you get up and call all the perverts that they've been trained by to be a pervert on their crap, that treats you like you're a pervert. I hate that shit. And it's horrible. And the thought patterns become pervasive. And I hated it. I really love Justin Nail as much as I love Patrick and Noah. And I never had a moment in my life where I could thoroughly enjoy Killian and Justin and Melissa thinking we're going to live in the Lord's Prayer. I felt Justin glaring at me like, you wanted to have sex with Natalie. So do you. Close the window, come alive, and it will be all right. Okay? Did you know David Rockefeller can monitor your brain activity with military intel to determine who you find more sexually attractive? Your wife or the girl on Facebook that turns on the shower? So they can do patterns of behavior. When you were masturbating to Pete Townsend and Principal Rooney porn, right? Me, love the one you're with, love the one you live. Yeah, I'm that way. The one person that I wasn't so much trained; it was focus. People, you trained yourself to be vehemently attracted to Stephanie. That was hard to do. She was mean as hell. She's one of the meanest people on the planet. She's so mean. It's like, do you want to have sex with you? No. I want to have sex, just not with you. Like I used to explain to her and Char, no, it's on my to-do list, The only reason I wanted to get back because she'd come and tell me she changed and Patrick loves her so much because that's her son, right? That's the only way Stephanie used to manipulate me. Don't know how not to go back there again, right? And Amy was the same way. When they put me up in Wyoming, it's like, there's no one that looks like my Amy or my Steffi. Okay, wait, that Indian girl. Oh, wait, Oscar's cousin, I remember thinking I was okay when the night Kate was conceived. I was okay because Oscar was one of the prettiest Mexican girls I'd ever seen. Was one of his relatives, and she wouldn't let him have sex with her. So he had sex with my wife instead. Okay, she looked more like Ella Fitzgerald, and his relative looked like, my Barbara Luna with hips, and she was cute. Oh my gosh, she was cute, right? She was different than Barbara Luna. She was kind of an Edna looking. She was a really pretty girl. Oh my gosh, she was so gorgeous. And that's why when I knew the night, I was like, oh my gosh, and Patrick said that too. She's going to be so cute. She's going to be so pretty. Well, yeah, you ought to see her cousins and her you ought to see her dad's side of the family from El Paso. The El Paso Ranchester transfer. Oh, unfinished life. There you go. And so, the military sucks. They know what they're doing 50 years in advance, and they know what they're doing before they put their condoms on and give you your Blue Chew and your KY jelly on your asshole in the morning and sell you drugs to fuck each other to death on TV. And then they sit there. And when you watch their commercials too, and you see the black guy and the black woman and the white guy holding hands and going to this place at this family reunion, and it's a drug commercial. You can trust us. We love you. We love homosexuals fucking each other to death to decrease the surplus population. We love people that love all people, that get together and want to cut off their sexual genitalia and kill each other through humane ways instead of the archaic ways of the let's fuck, let's have lots of children, and let's go melt the North Pole and create opportunities for commerce through the shipping lanes. It's fucking batshit crazy. We know. I'm coming into your imagination. A place where no man has gone before. Son of man. People say he's crazy, but their brains are lazy. Me. Let's talk about empathy and respect. Let's talk about empathy. Yeah, let's talk about respect. Right. Ella Fitzgerald. I saw her when she was older, and they never played any songs for me, or half of them I didn't know. It's a lovely day today. I thought that was a white lady. That's Ella Fitzgerald? Oh my gosh. No, her voice is wonderful. It's beautiful, right? And then as she got older, it's like, well, you don't want to have sex with her as much when she's older as when she's young. And even when she's young, you don't want to have sex with her as much as you want to have sex with Barbara Luna. What if Barbara Luna screws around, talks shit about you behind your back because the other guy she's fucking has a bigger penis? And Ella's faithful and says that big penis asshole fucks everything. He's a jerk. Wouldn't you rather be a Ella Fitzgerald than Barbara Luna? I would. What if Barbara Luna is a clone now and trying to replace Ella Fitzgerald because she sings too and can't stop going to Las Vegas because what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas? What do you tell Barbara Luna? You're not Ella Fitzgerald. You're not even Barbara Luna. Hot tamales. Hot tamales. You're so depressing. You're making Zorro go off to Argentina and die all by himself like Eric Carmen. Well, that's sad. You guys are a bunch of raspberries. Please go all the way away from me with your money and sexuality and drugs and cancer. And it's sad to watch people still be poisoned to death and then say we're going to get an industry that puts money together to make people assimilate to the disgusting environment in which we are inventing the causes of cancer through our invention instead of appreciating the beauty of creation with nature. Love nature. Love one another. Nature can't love you, but nature can reflect the love you have for one another. When you do right by one another, you do right by nature. Jesus didn't say love nature. Jesus said love one another. Love one another. Okay, love thy neighbor as thyself. I want your children to grow up to be. I don't want to sit there and fight over who's the captain of the fucking goddamn Enterprise and have a wrench sitting there going, "Well, do you think they might have different tools by then?" With it, well, those are very effective tools. And when you're screwing, you're screwing. And when something screws real tight, it's, once you got a good tool, well, don't they have like an impact wrench with like that? Oh, they didn't have those yet at the mechanic shops and the pit crews? Well, maybe they were just cheap on the set of Gene Roddenberry. Maybe so. It looks like it. Possibly. Hey, paper mache. Hey, don't get those paper plates to drop. Okay. All that hard work. I love you. Hard work. Hard work is getting up every day to get selfish assholes to stop thinking their selfish assholism is love. That's hard work. Trust me. I'm the hardest working man in the history of cleaning up show business. You're gorgeous. I know it's. I have to tell myself, because I don't have anybody faithful. If somebody faithful gets up and says I'm going to help him, the military shoots her in the back of the head, and you guys act like she doesn't exist, like the lady in Scottsdale at the hospice that died that didn't give birth to anybody because he's nobody. Well, I called today. I'm not hanging up when I ask your name. I'm not asking your name. I'm just demanding that you live the truth so we can faithfully love one another. If you can't do that, I'm working on your technology. Don't worry about it. I'm not Captain Kirk and Spock.